What it is, y'all, it is your old boy Pilk, and I'm coming back at you today with more Danmachi, and today I want to talk a little bit about, well, Iris. I've gotten a lot of questions, and especially from, new players about what to do with Iris and how to kind of deal with these particular situations, and I want to address this in kind of its own standalone circumstance, okay? Now, number one, we've got to be aware here that we are mere weeks. We're really close to the anniversary. We're I think at this point, a month, about 5.5 weeks. 5.5 weeks, give or take, outside of the anniversary. And so there is a lot to consider in this regard. And the reason I bring all this up, and the reason this is so important, is very simply put, oh, look, I ranked up. Hey, nice. Very simply put, when it comes to the anniversary, you are going to definitely want to make sure that you've got the most Iris that you can get for that given situation. And in this particular situation, we're talking about the initial banners on that event are going to command about 8,000 Iris. And my expectation, this is just my expectation, there's no proof one way or the other, but I want to say I don't believe in my heart of hearts that this anniversary is going to be any smaller than the last one was. So when it comes to this one, I'm really kind of expecting this to be another 3-month ordeal. So what does this really mean? Well, all in all, that does mean you are pretty much going to need to... You're going to need to make sure that you've got enough Iris for the initial banners, but they're saving for the upcoming banners. That said, though, and I will say this as well, they are going to give us a ton of Iris. Okay? The next month, if you guys weren't here last year, this is about the time of year that I just really start saving. I don't spend very much in the game, and I kind of more focus my time and my efforts on making sure that I'm saving Iris and that I'm really just not doing anything silly with my Iris at this point. And you guys know we just got a couple of banners. Well, we got 3 banners in the last 2 weeks. And I really feel like as good as those banners could be, it's really time to save, guys. It really is time to consider saving. Don't go crazy. Don't start spending. Because if you do, you're not going to have that 8K for the first banners that come out. Now, that doesn't mean you're not going to be able to do anything. Realistically, if you don't have the full 8,000 when they first drop, you're going to be fine. You're going to be able to accrue it over time. The other thing to consider is star bonds. If you're not able to max them on the banners, make sure you're saving all your gnome tickets. Make sure you're farming gnome tickets so that you'll be able to acquire star bonds when that particular situation does arise. But more to the point here, how much Iris do you need going into the anniversary? I would say starting minimum 8,000. That should be the bare minimum. Now, right now we've got Record Buster on right now. So it's Record Buster. Then we'll have, I'm going to gauge it to be about 6 weeks. So Record Buster, War Game. So let's just say, for the sake of argument, 600 Iris each. So that's 6, 12, 18, 24, what? 30, 36, just from, those particular events. Not including the daily things, not including all that stuff, which, as we've shown in previous videos, you can accrue stuff pretty quickly. Take advantage of all the ads, take advantage of all that stuff, and you'll be able to accrue some Iris in a very, very, very short amount of time. Now, one of the things I'm going to be talking about here are new players to the game. As you guys kind of can see, I don't have a very good team here. I'm actually not using my supports. I should be using my supports, but I'm really trying to just lazy train, just trying to make it through. So when it comes to this particular situation, the reality is, I would almost say right now with Gold Rush, we're going to get so many 3-star tickets. You're going to get so many tickets for other things, and something I'm going to show you tomorrow regarding Familias that will be insanely beneficial. Right now, it's better just to hold what you've got, save, blow your tickets, no need to save your tickets. Remember, after 30 days, tickets expire anyway. So, but every ounce of free-to-play Irish you accrue, save, save, save. The current banners have some good units on them, but remember, when it comes to the anniversary generally brings in a big power creep. I say big power jump. It's not really a creep in that situation. It's a huge jump in power. And generally, like a new, I keep calling it a new meta. It's not really a new meta, but it definitely is like a new methodology. Like last year, they brought in the extra attacks and all that stuff. So, as good as you think the units are right now, I can almost guarantee you the units we're going to get during the anniversary are going to be even better. So you really need to start focusing on saving Iris. If you can avoid summoning, do it. Like, I'm trying to get up to level 10 in this one without doing any summons. I'm not going to say it's been the easiest task, but it's doable. It's doable. If I can pull this off, anybody can pull this off. This is a brand new account. Just created it. And obviously we're just in the middle of farming at the moment. So really, the whole reason I brought this video out is I want to talk about you will want minimum 8,000 Iris. Now, last year at this point in time, I think I accrued, if I recollect, it was like 10,000, 12, it's between 10 and 12,000 in about a 6-week span. So to be fair, new players aren't going to be able to do that. That was between Record Buster and Wargame getting, very high scores there. And a number of other things. But we actually have more ways now to acquire Iris than we've ever had before. So if you really are smart about it, you could probably pull this off. Will you be able to get 8K? Maybe not, but you can get pretty darn close. You can get, if you don't get half that, you're probably not trying, just realistically speaking. So take advantage of every situation you've got. Save every bit of Irish you've got. Now, again, I'm talking to free-to-play people. I'm talking mostly to new people in the game because those are the people that are really hurting. Most of us have teams. Most of us are good. Like, if you didn't pull the Hestia, you probably got units that are definitely getting you through Record Buster at the moment. So, just things to consider there. But definitely, another rank up. I like that. Definitely do just be very mindful of that. It is generally the middle of June is when we can expect the anniversary. I believe this year it is the 16th or the 18th. Let me pull it up over here on the old calendar because I keep forgetting. The 16th is the Wednesday in the middle of the month. So, being that today is the 6th of May, we are looking at, 1, 2, 3, 4. I said about 5.5 weeks. Guys, yeah, it's like 5 weeks and 6 days. I'm just going to say 5.5 weeks just for dramatic effect. But neither here nor there. Save, save, save. Stop spending. We're going to get a ton of rerun banners. We're probably going to get banners to rerun the anniversary event from last year. Now, the one thing I will say about that, especially to new people, anytime you see a unit that is new CP, what I mean by that is a character you probably do not have, and especially in this situation, is a character that's like time limited that won't come back very often. I have done tons of videos on why CP is really important. That would be my one exception. If you do not have the anniversary units from last year, at least like the villain units that are very unique to the game, even like RD and those types of units that are time limited and very unique, units you've never seen in the anime before, those are units that you probably want to focus mostly on. Just saying, because they actually farming them, and if you want to kind of understand that, I've done tons of videos on here about in the 101 section about how much Irish you can accrue just by farming CP rewards. So new units like that could pay out. Those are the rare exception, definitely not the rule. And you do want to be careful because, like I said, if you summon too much, you don't pull the units, it could easily negate some of that effect. So just be, very choosy about what you summon on going forward, and understand that if they are new units, especially things to look for are time-limited units. Time-limited units that you've probably never heard of outside the game. Case in point, Althea, Zard, Erebus, those main villain units, Artie, Kaguya, those units are all going to be very unique and probably will never make another appearance in the game. Now, units like Ryu, who really was based around Shakti, Gareth, those units, not as important. But the one-off units definitely could help you out because you could very easily farm up rewards. Plus, they're really good units in general. But I wouldn't go crazy. I'd get one of each and then back away. And if you start to see yourself spending too much Iris, maybe consider waiting, because I really feel like, once again, the anniversary will probably... The past 2 anniversaries have given us a ton of unique units. I don't think they're going to falter from that this time around either. So you're going to get CP rewards. You're going to get the opportunity to acquire new units. You're going to get the opportunity to farm a ton of Iris from CP. The opportunities are going to be there. So don't get greedy. Just be intelligent and choosy about what banners you summon on if you decide to summon on any of the reruns. I would say avoid it if at all possible. But that's my 2 cents on the matter, guys. 8,000 is the goal number. If you don't make it, don't sweat it. Just get as close as you possibly can. Hold on to as much Irish as you can. And if you do find yourself in a situation where you do see those unique units and you feel confident that you can summon and get them, be careful. Don't go over 1,000 Iris. That's going to be very difficult to recover. Past that 1,000, you can recover fairly easily. After that, you're getting into some shaky ground. So we'll talk about that when the reruns do come up. So make sure you stay tuned. Subscribe. Every time we get a rerun banner, I will talk about it, whether it's worth summoning for CP or not. And, so just subscribe to stay up to date. Make sure you thumbs up the video if you thought this was very helpful. I'll be back with more Danmachi here. Hopefully I'll have a really fun video for you guys in the morning. That's the goal, at least.